Hey, this is Seth with Digital Marketing Career Blueprint. And I just woke up, and one of the things I love to do first thing in the morning is do job searches to help my students and my subscribers see the opportunities that are available in digital marketing. So it's October 7th, 2016. I'm going to start doing these more regularly so you can see up to date in real time opportunities that are out there in digital marketing in cities across the United States. So I looked at my subscribership. I picked out some of the top cities and even some smaller cities just to give you a sense of what's going on. So Philadelphia, obviously it's a big city. It's not the biggest city, but what I do when I'm looking for opportunities is I don't go right to the job sites. I'm going to go to LinkedIn in a second. I go to PPC Agency Philadelphia. You're going to see I found this company, this company, this company, this company, and this company. I'm just going to open them up. And just randomly, if you go to their website, you're going to see most of these digital marketing agencies have a career section. So I'm going to click career over here. And as you can see, these are all job openings at this agency. PPC specialist, junior SEO specialist. Now, junior SEO associate, I'm guaranteeing this is one of those positions where they're basically going to take you by the hand and show you. So you must have strong willingness to learn, must have great organizational skills. So it says here, and you'll see a degree from a college with a focus on computer science is preferred but not a must. And this is where you're going to see, I'm going to do other videos about this. If you have a degree, great. If you don't, there are ways to communicate to these people that you're smart, and that's part of what my training involves, is that when they see that you already understand digital marketing, the basics, and you speak the language and you have a head on your shoulders, that's what they're looking for. The degree is just a signal to employers that says, hey, this person's smart enough to have gone through college, versus the typical high school graduate in this country, unfortunately, isn't perceived as being very bright. So you just have to show them that you're bright. And as you can see here, it just says preferred but not a must. And then the main job that my title, what I do, paid search specialist, which is search engine management, or PPC specialist right there. There's also internships available. And this is just one random company in one random city. Let's go to another one. I think I've checked out this one before. I don't think there's anything on this one. We're hiring right here, Green Lane Search Marketing. So you go to We're Hiring, and as you can see, there's digital marketing account manager, SEO associate, and an internship. And these companies are always hiring because there's so much business for almost any digital marketing agency. And one of the cool things about a lot of these agencies is that you're going to see pictures of the people that work there. They're going to be talking about their culture, how these are, if you go to, if you want to work at Kraft Foods or some big corporation, or Kaiser, they're not really going to be, having pictures of how cool the office is and how friendly everyone is. It's very corporate, but these companies tend to be more inviting. In fact, I was looking at a company this is in Columbus, Ohio. Let's see. Let me find this one. Marketing Adept. So these guys, they have all pictures of the people that actually work there and all the people in the company. And then if you go to, one second. It was on here somewhere. So anyway, look, this place, I think, by the way, if you live in Columbus, this is an incredible opportunity, and this is the type of thing I want to help you with my training get into. They actually have the human resource person right here, and they have a list of all of their open positions. And look, I just like this, may sound cheesy, but it says join our family. It's like, that's what these agencies are like. One of the biggest complaints, and you're going to find out if you're in college or if you just got out of college, is that workers are a commodity. Big companies, they have a bottom line. They don't look at, workers with the same care that they used to in the old days when your parents were working. And one of the cool things about these digital marketing agencies is that they really do care about their employees. They want to make the environment a good place to work. So each of us is obsessively dedicated to our individual craft and to having a lot of fun. So you'll see a lot of these companies, that's a big part of the culture. This one right here, digital marketing associate. I actually have a student I'm working on, connecting with this company. But this type of position is amazing because you'll see that it says right here, 0 to 3 years in marketing or communications. 0 to 3 years. I mean, how often do you see that in an entry-level position? It's always like 4 years experience, 5 years experience. They're really saying, we want somebody who is willing to learn and understand this. And even when it says bachelor degree in related field, or it says or related experience, that's what you see, is that even if you see bachelor's degree and you don't have one, don't panic. Go for it anyway. Try. Show them you're smart, and at least 60% of the time you will get a response. There's going to be some places where they're just like, no BA, no chance, but that's not every company, and especially the digital marketing agencies. So this one's in Columbus, Ohio. Let's go back to Philadelphia here. Join our team. So here's another one, Philly Marketing Labs. Go to join our team. Again, pictures of everybody that works there. They're having fun. They went to Vegas for a summit, which is also, I actually went to a really cool, really nerdy, it wasn't cool at all, it was very nerdy convention in Las Vegas with a lot of search engine marketers, and you're at the convention center. So it's like during the day you're geeking out on web stuff, and at night you're at the casino, Let's see, Philly. So they're looking for, senior paid search manager and organic search manager. They may not have as many entry-level positions, but what I teach my students to do is how to connect with these people, even if they don't have an open position, just by networking. You don't need college necessarily to network. Again, if you have a degree, that's great, but you can network just by contacting these people. And it says right here, Philly local, come say hi. If you live in the Philly area, consider coming out to one of our meetups. This is a way that they are going to, usually they do these meetups to kind of try to find new clients, but you can show up and be like, hey, I'm interested in digital marketing, and I've already done the training such and such. I know, PPC, SEO, I learned it from this online course. Is there an opportunity? Can we connect? Maybe I could intern. Maybe there's an entry-level position. That's how people get jobs these days. So that's just a few examples in Philadelphia, and that's without even going into LinkedIn. Now, if I go into LinkedIn and I search Greater Philadelphia, I got 245 digital marketing jobs there. And I got 61 entry-level jobs. So, digital sales, digital marketing. So digital marketing assistant. So this is a completely entry-level position where it says, it just says strong written communication skills, blah, blah, blah. And then it says, well, not strictly required, an ideal candidate will also possess some knowledge of social media marketing, blogging, and or SEO. And that's what I teach people. So they come in, and again, qualifications, bachelor's degree. If you have it, great. If not, if you come in and you have this knowledge and you can show that you got a head on your shoulders, very likely you'll be considered. And look at this. 6 days ago, this was posted, 0 applicants. So that's an opportunity right there. Just quickly doing a quick search like this, and you can see there are other positions. I want to jump onto another city just because I know there's a lot of people from all over the country. But if you don't, if I don't get to your city, go on LinkedIn, go on Google, look for PPC agencies or digital marketing agencies nearby. What was the next city in here? Houston. Let's go to Houston. Houston, we have a solution. Let's just go to Houston. So I go to Houston, Texas. 116 digital marketing jobs. And remember, this is just LinkedIn. And I can go to entry level. So there's 26 there. And that's not even using PPC or SEO as a search term. So let's see. Here's one. Oops. I think it's really interesting that this position had 130 applicants, but they're still hiring because they probably, now they're saying they want 3+ years experience in marketing. I guarantee you they're not finding that. That's why they're still hiring. And I'm also confident that the skills you get in my training would prepare you more than 90% of these other applicants for this position. Let's take a look at some other ones. Whoops. Let's go. Digital marketing coordinator. So these guys learn current systems, willingness to keep up with new trends in digital marketing, self-motivated, tech-savvy, 1 to 3 years experience. And then, again, it says the bachelor's, which I've told you you can get around in many situations. But basically, once again, this is an entry-level position. If you come in with the basic training in PPC, SEM, SEO, social media, and you can talk the talk to these types of people, you're going to have a good shot of getting this position. Again, posted 7 days ago, 0 applicants. Let's go to Houston PPC agency. So you got Forthea, Pay-Per-Click Houston. I must have looked at these at some point. So let's see here. And again, I literally look at these places, I come back to them. I don't know if these places are going to have career listings, but here it is. Careers. And then, of course, it's got a list of all the people that are working there. And here's the open positions: digital media specialist, SEO, pay-per-click digital marketing and media specialist. Now, again, if there's not an open position at this time, it still doesn't hurt to apply and send in your resume. And you can actually, as I tell people, contact these people directly, introduce yourself, and tell them about your passion for digital marketing and the training you've gotten. And you'll be surprised by how interested people are to meet with you and talk to you. Let's see. Here's another one. Bonafide. Okay, I don't see a careers section, but I see a marketing internship section. So I click on that. Learn the ins and outs of inbound marketing from some of the industry's top digital experts. So this is great. This is a great opportunity to intern. I do encourage people, if you're starting, this is the way I look at it. If you end up getting an internship, I have some students who've gotten paid internships. Even if you're making $12 or $15 an hour, you're making more than the average college graduate, and you're getting paid to learn, essentially, which is amazing. So that's that's in Houston. And again, it's like this one. This one I don't see even if you don't see a career page, I always tell people, just contact the people with your resume. You'll be surprised by how interested they will be to talk to you. And then these guys, this is kind of a lame website. I don't know if I would necessarily want to work for these guys. So again, it's not going to be every single company, but it's very, very common. So let's take a look at, really good. Let's look at another city. Let's go to, we're in Dallas. Let's try Miami. New York's on here, but let's do New York first. New York's huge, and I have a lot of subscribers from New York, but I wanted to kind of jump around elsewhere in the country, but let's do New York. Digital marketing agency, New York City. So New York City is going to have a lot. So let's see here. And again, more companies, there may be more competition, but there are so many opportunities. So let's see. Oh, here you go. Right away. Work at Visify. Careers. You come in, and so they don't have any open positions, but basically they're soliciting resumes, which is great because even if in the recession, it was like, you're sending emails or resumes to companies, just cold calling, just hoping they're hiring, and everyone's like, we're not hiring. These guys they're hiring. And at the very least, you could, again, make contact. That's what I teach you to do in my course, is how to connect with these people, even if it's not for a job. Just basic networking is how people ultimately get considered for a job. So much of, success in these corporate jobs is who you know to a degree, and who you know is not something that you have to get from college. You can create that. Here's the Spark group. Let's see here. So this is just a little confusing. I don't know if by about they mean join, or it says join. I don't know if that means join the team or join their, here we go, join our team. Again, picture of a big group of happy people. A little cheesy, but you can see, again, Open paid time off, pet friendly, team bonding. These are modern companies. These are not dreary corporate jobs. Apply now. Let's see what they've got open. Front WordPress developer, social media intern, and development intern. So it doesn't look like there's any search positions that they're listing as open here. But again, since these guys do search marketing, I would still get in touch with them and submit your resume. Can never hurt to contact these people. Here's another agency, careers, boom. Get paid for giving a shit. This is great. These companies are so awesome. Client services, strategy. Let's see, strategy is probably going to be where we're going to find our search. Brooklyn, let's take a look at Brooklyn. Analytics, senior product manager. So again, these positions that are opened here look like they are more senior positions, but again, I have gotten jobs applying for positions that were way out of my league, and then the company looks at my resume and they're like, well, listen, we're not going to hire you to be the senior manager of this at this company, but we have a junior position open. So never be afraid to apply. Never be afraid to apply. Let's see, strategy, people, media. Curious what these are. Brooklyn. Oh, here we go. This is under here. Paid social SEM manager right there. So again, these guys says what we need to see, 2 to 4 years SEM experience. And again, some of these jobs may be those higher level jobs that I teach you to get into that will be the $60,000, $70,000 a year jobs that you're not going to get right out of the gate. But sometimes, many times, when it says 2 to 4 years SEM experience, they're not finding any candidates, and they will do training if, again, you can show them that you have the basics under your belt, which is what I teach in the course. So that's this agency. Let's go to this next agency. Careers, boom, 360i. No idea what kind of careers they're going to have. Search supervisor. And again, when you see these senior positions, what I want you to think about is, I don't know what this is happening here. This looks like a really annoying pop-up. When you see a senior position, don't think, oh no, I can't get it. Think, well, I could possibly qualify for that job in a couple of years with its higher salary and higher responsibility. Don't know what's happening with this. I think they're trying to be cute, and it's really annoying. So let's go back to careers. Oh, and then these guys see internship and new talent. So even if it's... Now, this is the type of thing where basically it says their internships or programs are closed. But actually, you know what? I know this company. I'm going to say that, again, anytime you get an internship is a great idea. But let's talk about search. Hold on a second. Okay, this is actually in Atlanta, and I know I have people in Atlanta, and actually I have to go back. I've told people to apply for this, and I don't know if they did, but this is an amazing opportunity here. Junior associate. Anytime you see junior associate, that's great, because that means they're obviously looking for somebody who is junior, who is new. So this is somebody that they're basically, this is a trainee that's a paid temp to perm role in the support team, where basically you're gonna assist senior level people and learn on the job and get paid and be groomed for this job. And look at the experience. Must have previous experience in Excel, analytical mindset. In this position, technically, you don't really need to have previous AdWords experience. It's going to make you stand out much further. But for this position, it would be can-do attitude and interest in pursuing a career in data-driven digital marketing. So again, these are the golden ticket ones where they're like, hey, you don't need any experience in search marketing. You don't need to know anything. We're going to teach you everything. But again, these kind of positions are out there. And again, this company, I think, has positions all over the country. So let's take a look at these guys in New York. This is more of like a branding. I don't really like their website. Let's see. Wait. Join us. What is that? There you go. Looking for great people, looking for great clients. Boom, there we go. So these guys, looks like they're more looking for design and web development people. Yeah, I don't know if this is actually a search agency. If you get into web development or WordPress development, that's another huge field that I highly recommend investigating if you're into that kind of thing. SEM manager, we already looked at that. So that's New York, and that was literally just the top of the search results. There's hundreds of companies in New York, and there's hundreds of opportunities. And I didn't even look at the LinkedIn stuff there. So let's go back. I was going to go to Miami, so some cities in Florida. And I know I've had people in Tampa too. Let's just try Miami, Florida. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so jobs. Digital marketing manager, search specialists. I don't know what the difference between every company sets things up differently, but again, you come in there, you're gonna see. Let's see. Oh, this is just a big list, so they're not giving any details. But again, this is the type of position where if you got the training, you could apply for a search specialist, a digital marketing manager, or a search engine optimization position. And again, even if they say you don't have enough experience, you could potentially get an internship. Or the way I teach you is how to actually, show them that you're really ready to hit the ground running. Here's another one. Careers, boom, Ocho. Pay-per-click specialist, search engine optimization. This is the exact jobs that I'm talking about right here. Pay-per-click specialist, search engine optimization expert, digital marketing executives. Hit them up with your resume. Talk to these people. Impress them with the knowledge that you've gotten through the course, and they will be interested in you. Here's another one. Remember, I just did this randomly, so I'm not pre-researching this. So these guys don't seem to have a job section, but also, before you apply, you want to kind of look at the company, make sure that you think it's cool. Yeah, these guys, even if they say nothing, it doesn't hurt to say hello. But these guys are not. These guys, Design House, they have a career section. Now these guys are more. They don't have available positions listed there, but I think this is more of a design. This is primarily a design company. They do SEO. So this wouldn't be like my first recommendation to apply to, but again, you can still contact them. These guys, it looks like another kind of branding agency with this weird menu. There we go. Our story clients, pump for change, don't know what that is. And so I don't see anything too promising there. Careers, this one. So you see, it's not going to be every single agency, but you see how common it is that they have these open. Organic SEO specialist, social media manager, paid search SEM manager, boom. Oh, and then this again, you can get into these positions that's probably going to say you need, not available on Indeed. But even when it said minimum 2 years experience, again, you don't necessarily need that. But let's see if this one's open. Candidates. Oh, this is weird. They're looking for somebody in Phoenix. Account manager. Not available on Indeed. Well, there you go. I got denied on a live video. So I'm just show you. I'm not propping this up to try to make it seem better than it is. Sometimes you find an opportunity, sometimes the opportunity has been taken, but you can see just that there's an abundance of these opportunities. Here's another one, careers, green dot. Let's take a look at these guys. Join the team. Ooh, they also want freelancers. Now this is great. Let's take a look and see what kind of agency this is. Oh, they want video productions, account executives. Well, this looks like they're looking for freelance copywriters, which is a great opportunity if you have writing abilities. That means that you can get work, and you don't have to. This is not necessarily 9-to-5 opportunity, but core team means they're looking for in-house people, and they want web marketer, and again, intern. Want to get your foot in the door? Here's your chance. We're always looking for interns who want to learn. I hate this crap where it says we're always, you have to have major, blah blah blah. I'd say if you have if you wanted to get into this opportunity, go to your local community college and take a course in advertising and call these guys up. interning related to college is just such a scam. It's just ridiculous. But again, I know that if you come in with the training that I put in my program, even if you're just starting out and you run the campaigns and you learn the structure like the way I teach it, and they say you need 2 years experience, you're going to make a very compelling argument for them to consider you. So that's just a few of the opportunities in Miami. And I'm just going to keep going here. We got, see, I think we did, let's do Minneapolis, because we're kind of in the southeast at this point. Let's do Minneapolis. Minneapolis, Minnesota, PPC agency. So, and you're thinking like it's Minneapolis. This isn't a huge city, but they already have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's, I think, this guy looks like he's an individual. I'm very curious. I think this is just one guy who has his own company, which is also something that you can do. Okay, so let's see. Nina Hale Inc., case studies, blog, contact, jobs, boom. Paid media intern, paid media manager, paid media senior planner, boom. These are all great opportunities right here. Let's go look at these guys. Careers, boom. Now these guys are not currently hiring, but again, it doesn't hurt to get in touch with them. Jobs and careers, here's another one. SEO intern, that's a good opportunity. Account manager. These look like PPC manager right there. That's exactly what I'm training people how to do in the course. Let's look at these guys. Careers, boom. Again, fun work environment and nerds playing with lightsabers at work. There you go. So these guys do search engine optimization, and they also do pay-per-click marketing. Again, you submit your resume to me, I show you, you have a very good shot of being considered there. Here's another one. Let's see if these guys are looking for, very curious. No, I don't see a career tab here. But a contact. I'd still contact these guys, but yeah, it's very weird. Let's look at this one. Careers, all right, down here. Don't see a job opening that describes you? Send an email and tell us why you think you'd be a great asset to our team, which is basically what I tell everyone in my course to do. You have no idea. You know, I was reading an article, a friend was telling me, especially with more women, this happens with women more than men, is that people, they don't apply to jobs because they think, oh, I'm not qualified. I'm like, fortune favors the bold. Right here, paid search coordinator, director of paid search is something you would work up to, but paid search coordinator, SEO coordinator, even junior copywriter. That's something I don't teach in my course, but copywriting is a great skill for people who have English degrees and are good at writing. Let's see, paid search coordinator. Very curious about this. Solid understanding of search engine guidelines. This is what we teach. This is what we teach. This is what we teach. Career advancement. Again, you show up with your BA, or you say, hey, I'm already trained in this. I already have managed accounts. I already know what I'm doing. Very good chance you're going to be considered even without the degree. Though I can't guarantee that. Again, I really think this credentialization crap with BAs is ridiculous. So, but it's something our culture has subscribed to. So you may run into that kind of hurdle if you don't have a degree. But again, use your language, use your communication skills. Once they see that you're a sharp, driven person, they still will be interested in talking to you. And that's Minneapolis. Let's go back to Dallas. we're back. Texas is a really big state, so I don't think I've ever actually researched anything in Texas. So I'm sorry, in Dallas. So let's take a look. And I'm not even looking at LinkedIn, by the way. You know, when you go to LinkedIn, you're going to see job opportunities there. Tons of those too. PPC agency, Dallas, Texas. I haven't even gone to California yet, and that's where I live. So let me get to that. All right, Dallas. All right, let's take a look at these guys. All right, there we go. Runner. I don't know if I remember these guys. Careers. Inbound marketing specialist. I think some of these, actually, I think I did look at this at one point, and these are a little more, I think these were more senior positions, but again, contact them. They're always looking for, you know, younger people that can be trained. Here's another one with careers. I know I've been talking for a while. I want to try to do these faster. Digital strategist. That's a great title. Again, they say they want this experience, but again, especially in a place like Dallas, they are not, I guarantee you, they are not getting the doors beaten down with people who won't even understand what paid media or paid search is. Let's see. Job openings with Thrive. SEO specialist. Boom. Right there. Digital marketing. About. Contacts. This is like a cool website, but it's really hard to navigate, so that's kind of annoying. I'm not even going to look at that. I'm going to close that window. About us, contact us. Let's see these guys. I don't know if these guys have an opening. Careers, boom, right here. You just want to go to the contact us page if you don't see careers right away. SEO content specialist, search engine marketing, optimization internship. Again, entry-level position or internship. And what the cool thing about these internships in this field is that this is not going to be one of those bull crap internships that, oh, and this one has this is a paid internship, $12 an hour. Which again is more than a lot of college students or college graduates are making anyway. But what's cool about these internships is that you're not just going to be getting coffee for people or doing stupid menial tasks. You're actually going to be learning the job and then likely be offered a job at the same company. Anyway, guys, I didn't even realize I had been talking for 30 minutes already. This video is already long enough. If you have a request for a specific city or if you have any questions, please do email me, seth@indemandcareer.com. But again, these opportunities are out there. It's not that, you know, this work is technical. It is intellectually rigorous, but it's not like engineering. You don't need an advanced degree. You know, you have to use your brain, but if you apply yourself, you can get into this field. And once you're in this field, there are just so many opportunities for advancement. I just want to see more young people and, you know, people my age, but especially young people. If you're struggling and you think, oh, I don't have any options for my career, I have a degree and it's not getting me anywhere, look into digital marketing. There are just so many opportunities. Anyway, this is Seth, Digital Marketing Career Blueprint. I hope you have a fantastic weekend.